Hello and welcome back, everyone. Scootsy16 here with another episode of the Super Mega World Series, and we have brought ourselves to the Blue Rocks versus Blazers matchup number 3. The Blazers took the first two games in the series, very heartbreaking losses for the Blue Rocks, and they are now heading to the Blazers' home park for game 3, looking for a chance to close this out in sweep fashion. The Blazers looking to try and finish off the Blue Rocks before they can fight back in this one. You can see a couple of tense players in that Blue Rock offense, including two big offensive players, Hammer Longballo and Boozy Doozleshine, or Boozle Doozy Shine. Neither have gotten a hit in the series so far. In 2 games, they are both hitless. Not a recipe for success. So we're going to get this one started. We're going to set the lineup for the Blue Rocks. They will have Vern Turnburner on the mound. I'm going to get tongue-tied this whole game. Look who's tense over there. Jeffrey Jenkins is tense as the reliever blew the game for the Blue Rocks in the last one. Sorry to bring it up, J-Ho. Big shout out. J-Ho has begun streaming. You can actually find him on Twitch. So let me pull him up really quick so that I can give him his credit. Everyone definitely go find him on Twitch and check out his channel. He's been streaming some fun stuff. You can find him at Vengie34. That's VENGIE 34. He also posts his videos from streams to YouTube, so definitely check him out. Vengie34 on both platforms. Again, that's VENGIE 34 on Twitch and YouTube. Check him out. He's got some pretty good content. If you like Super Mega Baseball, you'll enjoy seeing more of it coming from him. And he did a really cool series with the NFL being imported into Super Mega Baseball. So go check him out. We'll see if he can stay in this tournament much longer, as he'll be facing off against the Blazers. And instead of Wanda Dregler on the mound, it will actually be lefty Southpalm taking to the hill. You'll see he has those 2 traits maxed out, specialist and pick officer at tier 3. So we'll see if he leverages either of those to effectively shut down this Blue Rock offense. So we're heading over to the Tiger Den, home of the Blazers. We'll see if they can win and take a huge lead in this series. Actually give them an opportunity to move forward into the next round before any other team in this tournament, or will the Blue Rocks fend off a sweep and push this series a little bit farther? We'll see. Starting with Johnny Bags, as you can see that this is an intense situation for the Blue Rocks, so that pressure already at high, so tier 3 clutch kicking in right out of the gate for the Blue Rocks and Johnny Bags. Lefty Southpalm with 4 pitches, 4-seam slider, screwball, and a changeup, and he uses the slider there for out number 1 on the strikeout. Here's that tier 3 specialist in action. Dolph Stake coming up. Not either of his traits are active, as lefty Southpalm is a lefty. Speaking of lefty Southpalm, he is the 10th round pick. Interesting battle of the 10th rounders, as both were drafted in the 10th round for their respective teams. Lefty of the Sawteeth, as he strikes out Dolph Stake, and now Boozle Doozy Shine comes up. Third baseman's been very quiet over the tournament so far in 2 games. Looking to see if he can turn that around as a righty. He has an opportunity to take advantage of lefties here, and he does. He finally gets his first hit. It's a base hit into center field. Slash Trips tosses that in, and he's got a you can tell he's a little bit happier. Big sigh of relief on the face of the third baseman standing at first base. And now here comes tense Hammer Longballo with that specialist trait activated, and he gets his first hit. So back to back, both struggling players getting things sorted out, and Hammer gets his mojo back as well. So 2 on and 2 out for Lloyd Cook, another lefty in the lineup. So it was a good strategy for the Blazers to go with lefty Southpalm today, as I believe this is the third player in the lineup so far that is a lefty. Lloyd Cook fires one into the into the seats. 0-2 count here. And the top of the first. And a pop-up. It was a high pitch, but he got in on his hands. South Palm catches that to end the inning. So I guess I don't know if you feel optimistic or concerned as a Blue Rocks fan, but we saw 2 hits from the big hitters that have been struggling, and that might be something that they can get going for. On the other side, the Blue Rocks will send Vern Turnburner to the mound. Low accuracy, but very great velocity. And there goes Slash Trips doing his thing as he gets another base hit. Standing on first base now. Vern from the Moonstars, so this is the 3rd consecutive Moonstar pitcher that we've seen for the Blue Rocks take the mound. And Scoops tomahawking with a huge shot to left field, but it's going to hang up right there for Kathy Cul-de-sac in the left field corner. You can see that the shading will be playing a factor in this one as the sun is hanging over the left field corner there. We'll see if that ends up being an issue for Cul-de-sac or the left fielder for the Blazers. Junior Young Sr. here in the number 3 spot again for some reason, and it's still not sure why they keep putting him there. Tier 3 contact versus lefties, and runner takes off for second base. Throw down in time. Lloyd Cook slaps the tag, and Slash Trips gets thrown out at second base. So bases cleared now. 2-2 count with 2 outs, and we'll work it full. Junior Young Sr. fouls one back. With full count here, and a grounder. Jess Fowl with a nice diving play. She gets it over to Vern Turnburner, and that'll be out number 3. So Junior Young Sr., the catcher, just went tense after that ground out, and that'll affect his arm behind the plate. So we'll see if anyone can reach base and maybe leverage that speed on the base paths. Kathy Cul-de-sac, after a nice catch on that missile from Scoops tomahawking, will come up to the plate as another lefty. So that's 4, I believe, in the lineup so far, if I'm not mistaken on my head count so far. And Kathy does have Tier 3 contact, but it's versus righties. So we're missing another opportunity for a trait to activate. And there's strike 3, high and in, and she couldn't hold up. She loses mojo, and she'll head back to the dugout. Strikeout number 3? Strikeout number 3, I believe, for lefty Southpaw. Yep, number 3. Dance Tools comes up, takes first pitch, pulls it into left field on the ground. Marsha Brown will be in left field, her secondary position. Not a strong fielder overall, so we'll see if the shading and everything else that's happening in that left field corner plays a factor for her. Boo Lewis will come up, another righty. Oh, yeah, I just thought about it. Despite Junior Young Sr.'s arm being weaker due to his tense mojo, that's not going to play much of a factor with Tier 3 pick officer. And there's strike 3. So Blue Lewis goes down, and Jess Fowl comes up. Nice diving play to end the inning in the last half. But she is going to see if she can do something with the bat here. And she does. Low pitch sent into right center field. This one's carrying, and it's going to get out of here. Gets over the stadium seats there in right center field. Lands on the tarmac. 433 for Jess Fowl. She got her pitch. She pushes it, and that was far from foul. That's a big shot from the Blue Rocks, and Johnny Baggs will come up with a 2-0 lead for the Blue Rocks. So them getting some offense going, it's actually happening from the bottom of the order here of all places. But Southpaw will now be tense after giving up that home run. Nice leaning play there from, oh my goodness, intense. Lefty Southpaw, 15% chance to drop that one. We've seen that happen more often than not, where a pitcher is running to cover first and will drop the ball on that exchange, and that will allow Johnny Baggs to reach first safely. So with 2 outs, the inning continues. Dolph Stake did strike out last time, and of course he has very bad attributes when it comes to that Tier 3 specialist trait being activated. And there's strike 3, so that'll end the inning. Maybe that gets South Palm's mojo back a little bit, but the big story in inning number 2 so far was the Jess Fowl 2-run homer to get the lead for, I believe, the first time. No. We had the Blue Rocks had the lead in the first game and gave it up with Jeffrey Jenkins on the mound. And This is a big lead. This is the first time they've gotten more than one run in a game. And Keg Gunnarsson is fouling a few pitches off here. 2-2 count against Turnburner. He was clean in his first inning. Now full, and there's strike 3 on the bottom of the plate, and Gunnarsson can't believe it. He loses his mojo, and now Elvis Stanley will come up. Tier 3 clutch will not be activated in a low-pressure situation right now. Vern Turnburner turning on the burners on some of those fastballs. There's strike 2 at 100 miles an hour. And a grounder at first base, just foul over to Turnburner, and he makes the play. What a move from Vern Turnburner as he's able to get over to first in time, just foul with 2 diving plays, getting 2 outs there. And she's been playing phenomenally, showing up for her team today. 2-0 count here, and Big Hack will activate at Tier 1 for John Ranero. It'll stay activated on a 3-0 count, and there's the 3-1. There's ball 4, so John Ranero working a walk. Very patient. I don't believe he swung at a pitch at all in that at-bat. And John Ranero, with 2 outs, will stand on first base for Hercules Bentley, batting .667. Takes that pitch right in the zone for strike 1. Dribbler foul, just foul. 0-2 count here, and inside for ball 1. Fouled back, and it's 1-2 count now. There's strike 3, and Hercules Bentley goes down. Vern Turnburner with a really great performance here so far through 2. He's allowed 2 base runners, a base hit, and a walk, but no one's been able to get past first base. Boozle Doozy Shine had a single in the first inning, ended up stranded on second base. Look to see if he can get another hit, keep his momentum going. He's batting from the right side, so not affected by specialist. Lefty still tense. 1-2 count, and Boozle will send it down the right field line. It's going to bounce in the corner there. Naruba Wonga will get it in quickly, and that's going to hold Doozy Shine to a single. Another hit for him, and he's 2 for 2 today, so turning up the heat a little bit. And now Hammerlong Ballo. He got his mojo back after a base hit in the first inning as well. We'll see if he can do the same. Again, you'll see specialist activated against him. Tier 3 fastball hitter. He got it there, but it fouls it back. 1-2 count for Hammer. And he swings through strike 3, so he goes down swinging. He's not able to find the same luck that Doozy Shine had. And now here comes Lloyd Cook with 1 out. Lloyd dribbled to first base, I believe, last time. Oh, no, he popped up to the pitcher. Swings through that one, falls behind 0-2. Specialist activated against him. He takes ball 1 low in the dirt. And there's strike 3 on the outside corner. And Lloyd Cook goes down, and now Kathy Cul-de-sac, who's tense and has specialist activated against her, is going to see a huge drop in her attributes, which does not look good for the Blue Rocks. She has yet to get a hit in this tournament as well. Some struggling offensive players for the Blue Rocks. Delaware trying to fight back in the series. Ball gets away from JYS, and running down to second base is Boozle Doozy Shine. He makes it safely, so with 2 outs and a 3-0 count, and Kathy Cul-de-sac sends it into right center field. That one got over the glove of Scoops tomahawking, and Cul-de-sac slides into second base with an RBI double. She gets her mojo back. Doozy Shine scores from second base, and it is a 3-0 ball game. So just barely getting over the glove of the second baseman. And now Taylor McWales will come in to replace lefty Southpalm. So what the Blue Rocks wanted? Taylor, a 13th round pick for the Blazers, originally from the Moonstars, has tier 3 rally stopper and tier 2 durable. This one flown out to center field, and that'll end the inning. But another run scores on a huge Kathy Cul-de-sac RBI double. She had no contact whatsoever, but she managed to overcome it just to push that one over the glove of the second baseman and score another run. So we'll see how the Blazers respond. Vern Turnburner still standing strong on the mound. Marsha Brown coming up, batting 167, so she has struggled offensively as well. And working around the strike zone here, 2-2 count, and tough out activates. And a grounder right to Jess Fowl. She's going to take this one herself. Steps on the bag for out number 1. Nairuba Wanga comes up, the Blowfish right fielder with tier 2 first pitch prayer, and he takes that one for strike 1. Batting .250 on the tournament. I believe he scored the only run that ended up winning the game in game 1. 1-2 count here, and swings through strike 3. So Turnburner still lighting it up right now. I like to say they're on fire when they're not actually on fire. But I was about to say that. He's locked in, though, and feeling good right now. Well, Slash Trips comes up with Rally Starter activated and will line straight to Jess Fowl, who's gotten a lot of action over there at first base. But a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Blazers offense, and the Delaware Blue Rocks looking to add a little bit more. Starting with Boo Lewis, 0 for 1 today, and has not gotten a hit in the tournament. Taylor McWales will stay on the mound, throwing about 100 miles an hour on the fastball. He has a 4-seam, a 2-seam, and a curveball. There's the curveball, lofted into left field. It's going to hang up in front of the warning track. Marsha Brown ranges back and then comes back in for out number 1. Here's Jess Fowl lighting it up right now in this game, taking the team and putting it on her back. She threw a low pitch, or sent a low pitch into the right center field bleachers in the first inning. Or second inning, excuse me. She's locked in. She's chasing a few pitches out of the zone. 2-2 count. Takes ball 3 outside. Full now. And she'll get a low pitch, but she pushes it foul. And this one sent into right field. And trap play from Nwanga is not able to get that in his glove before it hits the ground. And Jess Fowl with another clean single there will keep the inning going here with 2 outs and or 1 out. 1 out. She's got great speed over there at first base, and she's locked in. No longer do we have a pick officer on the mound, so she might try and take off. She does on an off-speed pitch, low, and JYS can't get it in time, and a stolen base for Jess Fowl will put her in scoring position, and that one's going to get past the third baseman, and she'll have to hold there as it was a slow roller into left field. Marsha Brown came up as she was playing more shallow and got it in quickly, but Johnny Baggs with a big single there puts the runners on the corners with 1 out for Dolph Stake, who now gets powers versus righty and contact versus righty activated. So he is now no longer impacted by the specialist trait. 0-2 count here. And lost one in the left field, and that one just lands foul down the left field line and out of play. 0-2 still. Another foul ball here, and he's battling. And a ball low in the dirt just drops out of the bottom of the zone. Taylor McWales with the rally stopper trade activated. That one flies off the wall. 1 run scores, 2 runs come around and score, and that's going to be an RBI double for Dolph Stake after a great battle. He overcomes the obstacles that were in front of him. Taylor gets pulled for Maverick McMahon, has tier 2 K Neglector, 17th round pick from the Sandcats. Young player, really great player to develop in a franchise. And you'll see the K Neglector activate there on a 1-2 count with 1 out, and he didn't neglect that K as Boozy chases out of the zone. Boozle chases out of the zone for strike 3. That's out number 2. And now Hammerlong Bala with tier 3 power versus righties. Swings at the first pitch off the end of the bat, and it's going to be gently pulled into right field. Hangs up for Nairuba Wanga to end the inning, but 2 more runs come across. The Blue Rocks showing domination here in the first 4 innings offensively as they're up 5-0. The Blazers looking to try and figure out any way to respond. Scoops did blast one into left field, a missile to left fielder, but it went right on a line right to him. And he's going to look and see if he can keep making solid contact. Burns still locked in, 2-1 count. Takes strike 2. Ball 3 way inside. Here's a full count and pop foul and out of play. Doing it again, and he'll slap one into right field, for a base hit. So leadoff single for Scoops tomahawking He's been hot for most of this series. His hot streak continues. He'll stand on first with great speed. And JYS comes up to the plate. He is tense. Has tier 3 contact versus lefties activated. And a dribbler behind the plate will be strike number 1. 1-1 count. Ball 2 low and outside. Over to the 50 pitch mark for Vern Turnberner now. Still hanging in there to the locked-in mojo. And a full count to JYS. Pushed one foul, so staying alive and working that pitch count. And he'll pop one up, and that's going to get out of play behind the plate. Doing it again. Oh, that went off the hand of the bat, I believe, and it gets pulled foul. And there's strike 3 taken on the outside part of the plate, and JYS can't believe it as he heads back to the dugout. Still struggling. He'll remain tense. And Kay Gutterson will come up. He is also tense. He has been the product of some bad luck and just ahead of swinging, as he could have a very different tournament if a couple of those swings end up going fair instead of foul. 1-2 count here, batting 143. Swings through strike 3, so his struggles will continue as well. And we turn to the number 5 hitter for the Blazers, Elvis Stanley, batting 286. He's 0 for 1 today. Looking to see what he can do. Over 60 pitches now for Vern. This will probably be his last inning, or it should be. Maybe even his last batter. And a 2-1 count here. Elvis being very patient. He'll blast one into right field, but it's going to hang up for Johnny Bags. That'll end the inning. And a runner stranded, leadoff single, stranded on first base. And we head to the top of the 5th. 5-0 lead for the Delaware Blue Rocks with their backs against the wall. They have responded in spades with their offensive output here so far. Lloyd Cook looking to hopefully join that crew as he's looking for a high pitch that he can drive. That one pops foul. 1-1 count. Oh, he got the high pitch, but he blows it right past him. K Neglector activated, and never mind, as Lloyd Cook finally loses his mojo after a really miserable day. He ends up going down on strikes. And ironically, Maverick McMahon, the K Neglector, has 2 strikeouts in 1 innings pitched. And Kathy Kuldesack, who came up big for her team, shatters her bat on a pop foul that ends up hanging up for McMahon to come over there and get that for out number 2. And Nance Tools, 1 for 2 with a single, comes up with 2 outs. She blasts one center field. This one hangs up and off the wall. That's a home run. I've said it before in my Outlaws series. As they play into Tiger Den, I don't agree that that should be a home run. But that is the way that the cookie crumbles. And Nance Tools with a big solo shot there, her first home run of the tournament, extends us to a 6-0 lead. And the Delaware encore continues. Encore? Is that a onslaught? That's what I meant to say. And Boo Lewis lines out to Nairuba Wanga in right field to end the inning. But another run. 2-1-2-1. A little trend happening here for the Blue Rocks offense. And getting all the insurance he needs. Vern Turnberner will come back to the mound. I believe he should be replaced. He doesn't, or at least not right now. Super Sampson will replace Kathy Kuldesack. Defensive change there in left field. Very smart call, and Vern Turnberner will stay in. That is a mistake. 0-2 count here. John Renero will pop up in foul territory. And Boo Lewis can't make an attempt on it. It's going to hit off the fence. Getting the strikeout. Vern Turnberner gets John Renero, who he walked in his first at-bat. So good response for him. And now Hercules Bentley will come up 0 for 1 and finally getting pulled. And look, they went to their closer in the 5th inning. Where is this decision-making process happening from? Who's making these calls? Maximo Primo gives up a liner to center field, and that's going to die for Dolph Stake. That's out number 2. Quick note on Maximo Primo, the Sawteeth closer. He was drafted in the 11th round, has Tier 3 Rally Stopper, which hasn't even gotten a chance to be in effect here. That one's blasted, but it's going to die right at the warning track for out number 3. Dolph Stake calls that in, and a couple of scary shots as Maximo Primo wasn't missing the barrel much, and he got lucky. But that's 2 quick outs, and he might stay in for the full 6th inning, but we'll have to see how that plays out. 6-0 here, top of the sixth. Maverick McMahon stays in, and Jess Fowl will ground to short for out number one. One pitch, one out. Johnny Bags 1 for 3 with a single, batting .375, so having a pretty solid tournament. Maverick McMahon has been very efficient. 14 pitches already. And Johnny Bags sends one to deep center field. This one has got a chance. Off the wall, Slash Trips has to literally reach his glove up. He does not. And that's going to be a one-out double for Johnny Bags. Oh my goodness, I hate when they can make such crazy plays at the wall, and then other times they just stand there and watch the ball bounce off the wall. Oh my goodness. So Dolph State comes up, still has the Tier 3 contact and power versus righties. 167 average and 2 RBIs on the tournament. Tier 2 K Neglector activates with 1 out and a runner on second. And another strikeout for Maverick McMahon. So get rid of that trait for him. He doesn't deserve it, as that's his 3rd strikeout in this appearance. That's through, 2 1/3 inning. He's given up he's gotten 3 strikeouts. That being his 20th pitch is a strike. Ball inside for Boozle. Strike low, 1-2 count, and K Neglector activates once again. Maverick trying to close the door on the Blue Rocks getting any more insurance. 2-2, and pop foul out of play. Doing it again. And this one will hit off the end of the bat, lofted into left field, hanging up, and quickly getting out to it is Elvis Stanley. He'll catch that for out number 3. So no insurance for the Delaware offense, and now Maximo Primo, will he make it through the bottom of the 6th? The Blazers, they wanted to finish off the Delaware Blue Rocks in 3 games, but so far it's not looking like that's going to happen. Nice throw there, or pitch there, changeup. There's strike 2 outside of the zone. 0-2 count, and takes the ball high. Uwanga trying to get on base to get some rally started here for the team. Pops one foul, 2-2 count. Another foul ball, so just working that pitch count, trying to get Primo out of this game. He does it again, 2-2 once again, and a dribbler to third. Boozle doozy shine, tosses to first, out number 1. Slash Trips will come up, looking to start a rally. Tier 3 rally starter activated. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Got caught stealing second in the first inning. Has Tier 3 bad ball hitter. Takes strike 1. Primo up to 15 pitches, so he might not last the whole inning here. Slash fouls one off, 1-2 count. Primo will get another foul, so just cannot miss the bats right now. 1-2. Another foul ball, so Slash doing the same thing as Uwanga. And a liner into center field. That's going to get down in front of Dolph Stake, and it's a 1-out single for Slash Trips, and that might be the end of the day for Maximo Primo, as he is a closer, so his stamina does not last nearly as long as any other pitcher in this game. And they will pull him for Rob Hurlington the 4th. Rob, the one of the free agent pitchers, I believe. Foul back there. Yep, Rob was drafted as the 24th pick for the Blue Rocks, and he gives up a base hit to Scoops Tomahawking. Will be runners on first and second with 1 out. Rob replaced Brick Towers from the Sawteeth in the bullpen, so we'll see if he can get the job done here. Marvin Steed, who hasn't been starting in any of these games, comes in relief or as a pinch runner or a hitter again, for JYS. Great speed on the base paths. Marvin Steed came up huge for his team in the last game. Power versus righties at Tier 3. And a liner right to just foul. Back over to second base, but Slash Trips dives back in time. And that'll be out number 2. And so rally potentially ending, but Keg Gutterson stands in the way. Tense, but Tier 3 RBI hero. And pushes one foul. He's just missed a grand slam and another home run. Both pulled foul down the right field line. Or down the left field line, See what he does here. 0-2 count and a dribbler to third. Boozle doozy shine tosses the first to end the inning, and the Blue Rocks live for one more day as they fight to stay alive in this tournament. Huge response for them. Their offense shows up. 6-0 victory. 6 runs on 11 hits for the Blue Rocks. no runs, complete or a shutout for the Blazers offense. No runs on 4 hits and 1 error for the Blazers. Where was that error? Oh, I think it was South Palm dropped that little grounder to first base. Hitting wise, looking at the Blazers offense first, zeros across the board in almost every spot. There was a single or a walk from John Renero, and there were 2 hits from both slash trips and scoops tomahawking, both continuing to be catalysts from the top of the lineup. For the Blue Rocks, we'll see a lot more hits, 11 of them to be exact. 2 hit days from Johnny Bags, from Boozle Doozy Shine, from Nance Tools, and from Jess Fowl. Both Nance Tools and Fowl with home runs. Jess a 2-run homer, Nance a solo shot. We saw a RBI from Cul-de-sac. We saw 2 RBIs from Dolph Steak. Big game here from the Blue Rocks as they finally respond, find some success from their offensive side. Still, a glaring little weakness there is the fact that Lloyd Cook was 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts, and that Hammer Longballo 1 for 3 with a strikeout, batting 125. Just absolutely abysmal from your number 1 hitter on this team. Pitching wise, South Palm did not look great on the mound. 2 2/3, he gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs. He gave up 1 home run and struck out 7. You could say that that's where he had some success. Taylor McWales didn't last for long, going 2/3 of an inning, giving up 3 hits and 2 earned runs. And then Maverick McMahon, I'd say all things considered, he pitched really well. 2 2/3, he gave up 2 hits, 1 being a solo home run to Tools. He struck out 3, the K neglector, with 3 strikeouts in his appearance here today. But South Palm gets a loss. Vern Turnberner gets the win. He pitched phenomenally. He gave up 3 base runners, 2 hits and a walk, 6 strikeouts in 4 1/3 innings. He gets the win. Primo went 1 inning, giving up a hit, and Hurlington gave up 1 hit in 2/3 of an inning. So success all around for the Blue Rocks. Jess Fowl, number 1 player. Nance Tools, number 2. Vern Turnberner, number 3. So they get to see another round of this tournament and surviving by the skin of their teeth. They have to do it again at the Tiger Den to give themselves a chance to go back home and work towards Game 5. But before we get to that point, we will be heading back out to Arizona for the Epics to face off against the Grizzlies. Epics with a huge response in the last game as they got some productive offense from Darcy Hicks, from Harmony Strauss, and they're just going to see if they can continue to get that offense going. Let's take a look at the pitching matchup between those two. For the Epics, they will be sending Danny Deals to the mound, so we won't see Rotunda Black until the last inning. Until the last game. Actually, give me 1 second here because I think I might have a little clerical error here, and I do not want to mess this up. Where are you at? Am I confused here? What am I looking at? Rotunda and Danny Deals. I'm just going to take a note really quick. I probably should just be doing this offline, but I just want to be safe here and also give you all what you're looking for. Pitching rotation for... Yep, it'll be Danny in the next one. So Danny Deals will get the 3rd start for the Epics, and in response, the Grizzlies will send Chug Bourbony to the mound. So this will be a really nice, interesting matchup. The two of them actually both wide loads pitchers. The ace of the wide loads, Chug Bourbony, facing off against his protege, Danny Deals. So we'll see who can outlast the other in that next matchup. But can't wait to see the rest of this series. This first round has been insane. Just so much craziness happening. It's been very fun to commentate. I hope you've been enjoying these games. And whoever your favorite team is, I hope you're seeing some success from them in some capacity, unless you're a fan of my Chicago Blue Dogs, in which I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on, but we'll see if they can turn things around as well. We'll see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you later. Bye, everyone.